What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to NoLifeTilMetal. Going to be doing a NoLifeTilMetal graphics update. I don't really have anything on the record, NoLifeTilMetal Records front at the moment, other than the Banshee album is in production, and looks like it's going to be a late September release date on vinyl and CD. And we also are in the process of sending contracts out to a couple other bands, which I will be announcing as soon as I possibly can. But I have to wait until everything is, sealed and done. So I'll let you know that when it happens. But what I do have is some graphic updates. All this is going to be a Roxx stuff. And actually what it's going to be is, this is the next 3 albums in the Roxx Underground Series. So you've got 8, 9, and 10 here in the Roxx Underground Series. All are available now, all are shipping now. First of all, you got from Australia, you got Terraphobia. This is very heavy death metal from Mick Jelinek. I think that's how, I never can say his last name. Jelinek. Anyhow, from Australia. Yeah, he was one of the guitar players in the later years of Mortification, and he's definitely was one of the guys who brought the death metal influence back into Mortification. And what we have here is just a pure, raw, heavy death metal album. A little bit of black metal influences here and there, a little bit of classic traditional heavy metal here and there, but I mean, no one's going to really say this is anything other than death metal, and it's a very good album. This actually happens to be number 37 of 150, only 150 pressed, and I have number 2. I actually purchased another copy. This is actually for a friend of mine. I'm going to be sending him very soon in the mail. But yeah, here's the centering, the Roxx centering. All Roxx albums have the Roxx logo on one side, and then they always have custom centerings on the other side. Even the Roxx is custom. They're always made to match color-wise and background-wise to the rest of the album. And yes, I do all the graphics for nearly all the Roxx stuff, including all these Underground series. Once again, I've shown this before, but here they're in this J-card style folder. There you go, the lyrics and photos, front cover, back cover, hand numbered, and this one ships in sturdy record sleeves that wrap around like so, which is nice. And people were complaining before. Some people like the way they like the J card. I like them. I think they're unique. It's only for this series. Not everything Roxx puts out is part of this series. It's only for stuff they do short 150 runs on. And this Terraphobia happens to be one of them, this being number 8. You can get this on CD as well. They have the CD package available with the vinyl. There are a few of these left. This album has been out for a little while, and so there are only a few of these left. But like I said, just pure death metal. Then next up was number 9. And this is Final Prophecy. This is late 80s, early 90s thrash metal pushing towards death metal, kind of like early Death. They don't sound like Death, so don't even think that. But how bands like Death had that kind of mixture of thrash and death metal, or early Sepultura, Possessed, that kind of thing, where they're pushing the boundaries of what would become death metal, but it's still thrash. This band being from Florida, like I said, they released several demos. This one was the what's it called? Reawakening is the name of the album, and there is 8 songs on here, including a vinyl-only bonus track called Satan. And yeah, you can see once again, it's one of those cardboard sleeves with the wraparound cover. Very cool graphics. I did the layout for this. I did not do the cover design, although I did mess with the cover design. I actually did some things like make the logo bigger and put the head over top of it, because the original didn't have that, and I just thought it needed a little more pop. But yeah, the cover was actually designed by somebody else, and for the life of me I cannot remember who it was. I'm so sorry, I just can't remember. Maybe it's on here somewhere. I'm sure it is. We always give credit to where credit is due. But anyhow, here's the poster. The black and whites, what is it called, collage of photos from those days. Very typical of that time period, and these photos are actually pretty funny and pretty cool. You'll also see these photos inside the CD version of this album. The CD version of the album has more songs on it. I actually have a copy right here. which is not open, but this comes with a 8-page booklet, has 12 tracks, and same cover art, but it's got more photos on the inside because it's got more room. And yeah, that's it, Final Prophecy. So if I can, I'm going to put a little clip of that in right here. So there you go. So that's Final Prophecy. If you want to hear more from Final Prophecy, there are some lyric videos that Roxx Records has put up, and I'll try to remember to put a link above my head up here somewhere that you can click on to see the Roxx Records lyric videos for Final Prophecy. And this last album, number 10, I'm super excited about. I've always liked this album. This is Soldier, and the album is called, it's actually called Babylon. That was the original album cover. It was originally released on tape only. California band who were quite popular. They were on California Metal compilation. They played a lot of big festivals. They were, you know, opening and touring with bands like Y&T, and trying to think who else. Actually, there's some flyers in here. You can see some of the bands that they toured with. I know they worked with Y&T in the studio as well. And anyhow, this being the Babylon and Beyond 30th Anniversary Edition, first time released on vinyl. It was never released on CD or vinyl before, only cassette tape. Back in 1988, I believe this album came out. And I'm just super excited this is finally out. This was what the original cover looked like. It's been cleaned up a little bit. It's got this kind of speckle tone, unlike all the other Underground series. This one has an uncoated stock, so let me take it out of the plastic so you can see what I'm talking about. All the Underground series so far have been on a coated stock. This is on uncoated stock, so it doesn't have that shimmer, except for you can see just the heart kind of has the shimmer right there. So anyhow, it's very, very nice packaging. It's on white vinyl. Most of the Underground series records are on black vinyl, but Bill Baffert of Roxx Records happens to be a huge Soldier fan, so he really wanted this one to be a little different. So not only is it on a special paper, it's got the same J card. Again, it's got the collage of photos. Here's some of the here's some of the bands that they played with here: Vicious Rumors, Y&T, TNT, Messiah Prophet, Kid Blue, Riot, Vane, Barren Cross. So anyhow, that's the inside. There's the outside. Back cover with the band photo, and mine happens to be number 2 of 150. Again, they're all hand numbered. Only 150 available. This one's going to go quick. This is going to be like some of the Underground series, like the Oracle, Ultimatum into the Pits, and Saint. Probably should have been pressed in bigger numbers because they disappeared quickly, and now they're way overpriced. Unfortunately, if you can find a copy. And I have a feeling that this Soldier will probably be in that, that way too. It's going to disappear quickly. Unlike the other recent releases that were on that have that black kind of sleeve, this one comes in a just a clear plastic, like you see a picture discs in, to protect the record. I probably will take mine out and put it in one of the other sleeves just because I think they'll protect it better than this. But it's just part of that special release that Bill wanted on Roxx. you know, on for Soldier. Yeah, this thing's not going back in the sleeve very easy. This one's also released on CD. The CD is massive. The CD is 2 CDs. It has a new cover design that was designed by, oh, I can't remember, one of the guys in the band. I don't want to say the wrong name, so we'll just leave it at one of the guys in the band. It has just about everything they ever recorded. Studio tracks, live tracks. It has 4 tracks on disc 2 that were recorded in 1992 for a label, but never released anywhere before. The label had them record to see if they were interested in signing him, and then it just never went anywhere. So the tracks just kind of lay dormant and are now finally released on here. It's got the entire His Festival 1 from '87 show on here. It's got the California Metal tracks on here, Borderline and Tears, which is actually how I heard about this band for the first time. It has got a huge booklet, 16 pages with tons of photos and liner notes. I mean, when I did the graphics for this thing, oh my gosh, squeezing all that into only 16 pages was difficult. So if you like reading about bands and, you know, reading your thoughts on what was in the recording process and all those kind of things, this thing's got a book inside of it that's really good. As well, they released a DVD, a full show on DVD. Through the Years live, and you can see here's the actual DVD itself, and all these available on the roxxproductions.com website, and I'll try to remember to leave a link below in the description. But you can see there's both covers on there, the vinyl cover and the CD cover, and the CD cover. So anyhow, very cool. If you like heavy Dokken, YNT, just that kind of California heavy metal stuff that wasn't yet glam, but it was a little heavier, had a little more gusto, a little more metal to it. That's what you're gonna get with Soldier. Yeah, like I said, if you like, you know, early Dokken, you'll probably get into Soldier as well. That's the kind of sound that they have for me. Well, and YNT as well, like I said. And lastly, I just wanted to put a pump in for this one too. I have showed this one before, but this is Angelic Force. And this is out on CD. You can get this from the NoLifeTilMetalRecords.com website, I believe. And this is Robert Gutierrez from Ultimatum. This is his band before forming Ultimatum. And as well, Steve Trujillo, who played guitar in Ultimatum from 1992 through 2005, I believe, also played on this. Stacy Carrera was a singer in the band, and she has just this really cool voice. 16 years old when she was in this band. If you like early Iron Maiden, you'll probably get into this. That's kind of the sound it has. You know, you might think it's glammy, but it's not. It's just old school heavy metal. Production quality, you know, it's 80s independent music, so it's not the, you know, you're not going to be getting, you know, stellar production, but it's really not bad, and it was cleaned up nicely by Bombworks sound guy Rob Caldwell. So there you go. Angelic Force is also a nice write-up, a nice booklet in this one. Liner notes by Stacy and Robert, some photos and whatnot. So there you go. That's a Roxx update. All these things I did the graphics for and the layouts for. So I'm always excited for releases like that, just because I just love doing this. I love being a part of it. Whether it be, you know, singing in Ultimatum, releasing music that way, or working with other bands on their, you know, releases. And all 3 of those I'm very proud of. They all came out great. So anyhow, I hope you'll check into some of this stuff, and again, I'll leave links so you can check out videos and, you know, lyric videos and all. And if you're interested in buying them, I'll leave a link to the Roxx Productions website as well. So appreciate you all watching. God bless and stay strong.